So what exactly is a Benu? Hello, this is Tim with Truphae, and in our case, Benu is a very particular designer, creator, and manufacturer of fine writing instruments, fountain pens, and roller balls. According to their website, Benu is an ancient Egyptian deity, and Benu is also one of the early names of the phoenix bird. So the whole idea of creation, design, rising from the ashes, and the fact that one of the earliest known prototypes of the fountain pen was a quill from a bird, then Benu makes a whole lot of sense. It is a particularly unique fountain pen. Benu themselves say you either love it or hate it. I happen to love it. I think it is a bold design, it is a unique process, and something very well worth your time. So let's talk about that design a minute. Benu creates and manufactures all of the material for the fountain pen body themselves. So it is a unique manufacturing and design process in the fountain pen world. Each of their processes is meticulously controlled for quality, for design integrity, and on top of that, each pen is unique. So even though they have a wide variety of collections and then models within each of those collections, no two pens are going to be exactly alike. So it's like having a bespoke fountain pen for what can sell anywhere from about $80 to $200 US. A Benu nib is a Schmidt nib manufactured by Jovo and then hand-assembled in the Schmidt factory in Germany. So what you have combined is an in-house design, engineering, manufacturing, quality control process paired with a proven, wonderfully writing stainless steel nib. It's a beautiful pen. The Benu pen comes in this beautiful box, packaged very, very carefully. We'll take a closer look here in a minute. Remove the lid, and what you have inside is a wonderful pen envelope. It's unique. I've never seen one like this. It is folded at each end, carefully placed inside some packing material. You have a set of Benu instructions and a little bit of their history, and it comes with a cartridge, if you can see that. As I told you earlier, each model and color variation between the models is unique, so no two pens are exactly alike. I'm going to show you a few of one of my favorite collections called the Grand Scepter, but I have one or two other examples just for comparison for Benu today. So let's take a look. As I said earlier, we're going to spend most of our time with the Benu Grand Scepter. I have three of them here today. This would be the 13, the 11, and the 9. And we'll take a closer look at these. So as we take a closer look at this Grand Scepter, please notice it has a faceted design with a twist. Literally, there's a twist in it. It's one of the standout features of all Benu pens. It's a screw-on cap, screw on, screw off. And here's an example of that really fine Schmidt nib manufactured by Jovo. The pens do not post, so when you remove the cap, there's really no way to get that on there. Personally, that's fine for me. I don't write with my pens posted, but I know a lot of people like that, and that may be a deal breaker for some. It's a lightweight pen, but it doesn't feel cheap at all. The construction is solid. There's a relatively long section, but the section is smooth, so depending on the size of your hand, your fingers may fit just perfectly, or you may feel like you need to adjust it just a little bit back or forward in your hand. As you can see in my hand, it's a little small, and this is the Grand Scepter. It's a little small, so for long writing sessions, it might be slightly fatiguing for me, but for others with slightly smaller grips, this would work really, really well, even for long writing sessions. So taking a look around the pen, you can see that it has absolutely gorgeous color variations. There's a beautiful sparkle in the purple section of this one. And then notice there's what looks like glitter, a glitter substance within the resin, which also picks up the light and is an absolutely gorgeous design element. The faceting goes all the way to the top of the pen, and hopefully you can see that it's just beautiful, almost like the way diamonds are cut. Gorgeous, gorgeous finish. Again, the pen from cap to top is very well constructed. It feels good. It writes well. Beautiful conversation piece. I just really like this pen. Taking a look at the Grand Scepter number 9, same design concept, same cap mechanism, same nib, just a different color and color variation. And that's going to be true for all of the ones in the Grand Scepter line. And so here is a closer look at the Grand Scepter 11. In this case, it's primarily an aqua color, but also with some deep azure blue. And this particular one has absolutely gorgeous glittering within that resin. It may be my favorite of the ones that I have here today. Truly, truly beautiful pen. Really a lot of fun to look at. So just for fun, I wanted to give you an example of the comparison between a Grand Scepter and the Scepter. They're nearly identical until you start looking at the details. So the Grand Scepter truly is a bit larger than its cousin, the Scepter. So a smaller nib, almost the same length except for the nib. The section is nearly identical. The biggest difference for me, aside from the nib size, is the thickness of the body. The Scepter is just slightly less big, right? The Grand Scepter is larger. It has a larger volume on the body. And the Scepter is just slightly smaller. So in this case, it could be simply a matter of preference. Now here's one more Benu pen. This one is called the Briolet. At least I think that's how the French pronunciation would go. Very different design from the Grand Scepter. This is more of a standard kind of cigar-shaped pen, but with Benu's unique faceting and truly gorgeous color variations within that resin. Similar mechanism. Nib size is the same as the Scepter. The section is identical, but the body feels very different in the hand. It is more of that cigar shape, and so for me, it actually lays a little easier into my grip. It doesn't mean that it's better than the Grand Scepter. It just means that it might be a more comfortable fit for my writing style. Your mileage, as they say, may vary. So as I said at the beginning, Benu themselves say that their pens are an emotional response. You either love them or you hate them. Personally, I think there's so much to love about these pens. They are well constructed, they're light, they are uniquely shaped. They are a conversation piece no matter what the environment is. They're a fine writer, they are not expensive, and it's just a fun reason to own a fountain pen, that you have something truly unique and special. So if you haven't held one of these in your hand and you are near Truphae, please come by, take a look. I think you'll like it. And if you're just thinking, maybe I want this pen, maybe I don't want this pen, I'd love to encourage you. It isn't a huge investment. Buy one, try it for yourself, see what you think. Please remember to subscribe to our YouTube feed so you'll know when new videos are posted. Thank you for watching today. As always, it's a real pleasure to spend the time with you. Be sure to take a look at the Benu pen. They're available on our website along with many other fine writing instruments. Thanks again. As always, be Inkredible. I almost forgot the very best part. Glow-in-the-dark pens.